Hey YouTube, it is April the 11th. My hair is doing something really silly right now, and it's crunch time now. Yeah, it's that very wonderful time of the semester in which all your teachers put all the work on you, and you just get so much to do and just no time to do it. Just really not enough time at all. So I'm getting nervous about it, of course. Stressed out. I'm getting more and more stressed every day. Just worrying about these projects and if I can get them done. So the shit show starts Monday. That's when the first project's due, and that's HTML. It's the one I've been working on. So that's the one I've been working on the most lately. Yeah, after that we have client service due, which is a terrifying thought because I haven't started it yet. I swear that the teacher said, during one of his classes that, oh, the intern project, no, it's fine, just as long as you have it passed in by the end of classes. Must have misheard him. He said, it was due the week of April 14th. Pass it in before the classes. That's what I really thought he said. But yeah, it's actually due Monday, so no later than 4. He said he could, be a little lenient and we could pass it in Tuesday by noon if necessary, but he really wants them in by 4 on Monday, so see how that goes. That's our group project, so I really can't disappoint my group members. I really need to get that done. I need to work on that now, pretty much. The next thing due would be Wednesday. We have our technical writing report due, me and my partner. We also have to present it to the front of the class, and it's a 6-page report, and this is what we actually have done right now. So this is, as you can tell, a little more than 6 pages. This is actually about 12, 15, something like between 12 and 15. So I have to condense this before I actually pass it in. There's just way too much here. And then we have to come up with a presentation. So at least this is pretty much done. I just have to do some editing with it. That's not so bad. So yeah, that's Wednesday. And Thursday we have the programming project that was only thrown on us Wednesday, and I don't want to get started about that because I was very upset about that, and it's against the rules. But yeah, so the programming project is due that Thursday, and the hardware intern project is also due Thursday. So it's a lot of work. Thankfully, programming was easy and I got it finished. Not happy that it was handed out this late, because if it was handed out earlier, because the scripts are stuff we've learned long ago. Like, we've learned the first 3 out of 4 scripts that we had to write, within the past few months. So I'm really upset that she passed out this late, because I could have had that done by now. The hardware project was only given to us last Friday. It was like, it was fine for him to do that because it wasn't against the rules, so no complaints there. And it's not a hard project. It's a few hours of work, and it's just like the whole packet tracer thing. You go in and you try to fix hardware. You take your little laptop to each site with you. It's actually really good. One of our instructors made it up. It's very impressive. It's a very impressive packet tracer. Not hard. And I was working on it when we first got it. I would have had it done, but in the middle of working on it, for some reason when I went to grab my tea, I just threw it all over my laptop. Like, I don't know, I forgot how to function. I just grabbed my tea and just bleh. So I had to just make the laptop go to sleep and wait until it dried. So yeah, that was a thing. At least I got half done, and I just haven't gotten to open up yet because it is the last thing due, and I've been working on other stuff. HTML. Not really so much worried about it. I've been having fun with it. I actually don't mind the coding. I don't mind HTML. I've done websites before in the past, so I've enjoyed this project, and that's probably why I've been working on it the most. But the problem I have with this is that when it's done, it's going to be about that big. I think like it might fit into a small 3-ring binder if I'm lucky, but there's a lot to this. This is a massive project. It's actually ridiculous, and it's not, I don't know, it's just, she gave it out really early, and of course I do appreciate that. She gave us this project back during reading break, but as you can come tell, this is still a pretty big project. The web development one's still a pretty big project. And she, when she first gave it out to us, I think the only one that we could possibly do would have been project number 1 out of 5, if I'm right. If I'm accurate. Yeah, we could have done 1 out of 5, and that was it. She continued to give us assignments every week, after she handed us out the project, and those assignments got longer and longer and more difficult as well. So I think, I've spent probably anywhere between 6 to 12 hours on a single assignment that she's given us out since she's given us this project. And that's my own time after class. Like, you get class time to work on it, and you can't get it done in class time. Like, the stuff she's given us have been really big assignments, and this is a really big project. And that's been bothering me a little, because if it wasn't for those assignments, I would have, tried to get a head start on this. I only started this a couple days ago, last week sometime. Oh no, I did start this pretty late. I started after we learned our last topic that was in here, JavaScript. So, yeah, I just really wish, I know she gave it to us early and appreciate that, but I just really wish she didn't, pile assignment after assignment after assignment on top of us too, because those were long assignments. If they were easier, wouldn't be complaining, but I feel like we just haven't had any time to actually physically work on this, because we've been doing her other assignments, that, for me, I also have student council. I have other responsibilities. Most people have other responsibilities outside of school. I'm not saying, they need to give us enough time to work on it in school, because that's unrealistic. You are going to have homework. That's just college. But I just really wish that course wasn't so long. Like, everything she's given us has been very long and ridiculous, especially the last test. We had 2 hours to do it, and rightfully, most people should have had 3. Like, I'm sure there's people that walked out of there and just didn't finish it. This is, So this has been a fun, it actually has been a fun assignment. I can't really complain. I got really excited the other night, for, project 3 in this, I think. She gave us a screenshot, and, for one of the instructions, it was cut off, and I didn't tell you actually how to finish it. But it's like in the screenshot, it's like it says make a gradient, the first color is this, and it kind of cuts out from there. But, I looked at the screenshots and I figured out the color, like this color and this color, and because this color goes from here kind of thing. Anyway, I figured out, after a little bit of a struggle, how to do a gradient going down the side to be at a certain width, and a gradient going down the bottom to be a certain height, and to flow properly. And I made it look good, and I was very, very proud that I got it to work, and I got really excited after I made the L-shaped gradient that was on the screenshot that we didn't have instructions for, and I enjoyed that. I just wish more of our courses were like that too. Like, I got excited about college, it's nice. It's a nice feeling. The client service project, he did hand that out to us after reading break, so that's another time we've had for a while. Again, we've just been doing a lot of work, up until this point, where we've had other case studies for him. It hasn't been so bad though. I can't really complain. That's completely my fault. Like, I should have done more with it sooner. I just really have not been looking forward to doing my question. I really understand what it's asking me, in all honesty, but so I gotta work on that, and it's a group project too. And like I said, I thought it was due later, so I'm a little upset about that. Unless I really gotta get that done. Get all my other grades back for the other case studies that we've done too, so that's exciting. They're not too bad. I'm going into I think I'm going into the final in this project with a 70-something average, which is good because I bombed the midterm. Like, I got 66 on the midterm. I don't know how to mess it up. It's because it was very specific questions, right? Like, you had to have the exact answer. And even though every other answer was close, anyway, it was a weird midterm. But yeah, I'm doing good in client service so far, like, decent enough. But yeah, this client service report is it's a big project, and it is worth a lot of our grade. Brian did say, it's worth about a third of your grade. It is worth, 30% of our grade. But the other class, who's also doing client service, they have a different teacher, had a completely different project than we did. Our final project is a group project. The last two questions were something along the lines of making a 3-page report. I'm not doing those questions. The second question was to create a form. I didn't do that question. And the first question, I don't really know what it is asking me, but I'll figure it out. But this is it's a pretty long project, and like the teacher was saying, it's worth a lot of your grades, so it is going to be a big project. I'm like, I understand. It's just really unfortunate that the other class for their intern project had to go into a website, fool around with the ticket system, and take screenshots of doing it. I can't even keep a straight face there. There's a big difference in the two projects. And I just mentioned it to Brian today that I noticed that the other class had a very different intern project than we did. And he's like, oh, did they? I'm like, it's been definitely very different. So he's gonna check out their project, and he said he might adjust our grades accordingly for the end one. He might change how he marks them. So hopefully that's a good thing. And the last project that I haven't talked about yet would be writing. Yeah. At least, like I said, at least I do have that done, right? Look at this though. This is 15 pages right here. I gotta condense it to half. That's a little unfortunate, but at least it is pretty much done. So can't really complain about that. Just gotta get the. My partner's working on the PowerPoint presentation, and from that we gotta come up with an actual speech kind of thing, like how to present it to the class. It's gonna be like I don't know what kind of presentation it's gonna be, but it's not a sales pitch, it's just like a regular presentation, so I don't really know how that's gonna go. Just like my partner's really getting up in front of class and talking. I love it. I don't like writing, he loves writing, so this is he's the one who pretty much did most of this, so that was pretty good. So I basically have this out of the way. I do have programming out of the way. I'm almost done hardware, not worried about it though. This web development's almost done, so close. And the last one, the other one that I was at client service, terrified of that. Yeah, so I'm going to end this and do all of the work and drink all of the tea. I bought 2 different teas the other day. The spice is right, and that has cinnamon in it. And I don't know if you knew this, but apparently cinnamon is supposed to be very good for concentration. So that's been, I feel like that's been helping me. The other tea I bought was, what was it called? Detox. And in the detox tea, I believe it has lemongrass. It's not the best tasting tea. I do like lemongrass, but this tea is meant to kind of clear out your system, and it has ginkgo in it, and ginkgo is also meant for concentration, mental awareness, alertness. This is in a lot of energy drinks, and I also have energy drinks too, so wonderful. I will power through this weekend and get as much done as I can and try not to break. I think my mind just broke a little. Oh god, a lot to do. Great. Bye YouTube.